All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a very, very fun Houston Rockets trade hypothetical here. Now, I'm going to just get into it right away because it is Ben Simmons to the Dallas Mavericks, Kristaps Porzingis to the Houston Rockets, and the best part about this trade, John Wall to the Philadelphia 76ers. So, Ben Simmons being available for trade actually is going to help out the Houston Rockets a lot. Trading John Wall, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen soon. I don't know what it's going to entail. I hope we don't get a guy whose contract is just horrible. Kristaps Porzingis, you can have your opinion on him because, you know, he plays very soft. He's 7'3", and he plays like he is 6'5". So you can have your opinions on KP, but he's still very young. Now, this one is extremely a leap. You've got the Mavericks getting Ben Simmons. John Wall to the Sixers, I think, would be fantastic. And then KP to the Rockets just makes so much sense. I've actually made plenty of videos on KP making his way to the Houston Rockets. I don't know if I've actually dove into any trade packages on that subject. But for the Houston Rockets, you can pair him up to next to Christian Wood. Now, there's some issues with that, right? But that's a high-powered offense. That's a good big man combo right there. And then John Wall's going to provide the Sixers with some more traditional point guard, something that they haven't had in quite some time. It's a lot of what ifs. I don't know if this would actually happen, but KP making his way to this Houston Rockets team would definitely be fun to watch. Now, as far as defense goes, that is what worries me. I'm a little bit worried because Christian Wood isn't the best defensive player. However, you look at Kristaps, he's 25 years old, and on his career, he is averaging 18.7 points per game, 7.8 rebounds. Obviously, this last year, the playoffs kind of gave KP a bad look because he did not show up when it mattered. However, he didn't play bad. I want to really emphasize that because he did not play bad. So in the 7 games that they played this year in the playoffs, he averaged 33 minutes per game, 13 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, shot 53%, and then 58%, sorry, and then from 3 he shot 30%. So he was not shooting well from deep. Just as a comparison, last season in the playoffs before he got injured, he shot 53% from deep, 52% from the field, averaged 24 points per game and 8.7 rebounds. So I think personally it was just a tough year for Kristaps, obviously dealing with a couple of injuries and then just mainly rest. He only played in 43 games. That's the biggest thing with Kristaps is you're taking a big risk on a pretty injury-prone player because a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago now, he tore his ACL, didn't play that whole season. Even the season before that, in his last year with the Knicks, he had a bad injury, only ended up playing 48 games. Last year, 2 years ago on Dallas now, I should say, he only played in 57 games. And then, like I said, 43 games this last year. But, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. 20.1 points per game, 8.9 rebounds. And then last season, he went 20.4 points per game, 9.5 rebounds. Now, if KP can play like he is actually 7'3", I think this could be a pretty good offensive and defensive team. Christian Wood is really the only thing that worries me moving forward just because he weighs 215 pounds. But Kristaps to the Rockets, I think it could work. And this is a really cool package, just getting rid of John Wall. I think that's the most important part about this trade is you're getting rid of John Wall and that $92 million guaranteed for the next 2 years. He has only 1 year left technically on this contract, and then he has a player option, and it's next year's player option is for $47 million. I actually think it's a little bit more than $47 million. So it's just super unideal for a 32, 33-year-old John Wall on a rebuilding team. This way you get a 25-year-old player with tons of potential, right? Now, the contract is still pretty big. He signed a 5-year, $158 million contract. Now, this next year, there will only be 3 years left. He's going to be making north of 100 million. He's got about $100 million left on that contract. 31 million when he's 26, 33.8 when he's 27, and then his last year of the contract when he's 28. In the 2023-2024 season, he's getting 36 million. So it's a lot of money to pay a guy who is injury prone, did not show up in the playoffs this last year, but I already know KP is going to be hitting the gym. He's going to be hitting the court. He's going to get better. He's going to get better defensively. It's just mainly about health, man. But what I love about this trade, like I said, is it gets rid of John Wall, and it gets you younger. It gets you moving towards what you're all about in the future. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the sub button. I'll see you later tonight for the lottery, baby.